Welcome to Just Listen to One podcast. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I really do appreciate you guys are here and watching and so on and so forth. I'm going to just now get into the podcast, so let's just get into it. The inspiring Ruby Bridges currently as of right now, is a 70-year-old woman, the first African American child to a all-white elementary school at the age of 6. Here are some fun facts that you may or possibly may not know about this wonderful woman, Ruby. Ruby Bridges was born on September 8th, 1954, in a town in Mississippi. Her middle name, depending on how you see it, her middle name is Neil or Nell. Ruby is the oldest of her 5 siblings. For a whole year, Ruby Bridges was taught in a classroom all alone. Barbara Henry, a white teacher from Boston, was Ruby's only instructor. Ruby Bridges studied travel and tourism at Kansas City Business School. She married a man named Malcolm Hall in 1984. Her and her husband, Mr. Hall, have 4 sons together. And there are more awesome facts about her. Her sons' names are Craig Hall, and he isn't alive today. He passed away from a gunshot in July 4th in 2005. Her other sons' names are Sean Hall, Christopher Hall, and the other son's name, the 4th one, is unknown to the public right now. And with her other 3 sons, I'm not 100% sure where they are currently, rather if they're still alive or what they are up to in their day-to-day life. Ruby enjoyed playing jump rope, softball, and climbing trees when she was a young child. When Ruby arrived to the all-white school, the crowds of people there to protest her, the commotion made her think it was, in a way, some kind of party. It's called a Mardi Gras, and it's a loud celebration that takes place in New Orleans each year. So before I end today's podcast, I'm going to have you guys listen to a couple interviews that I have to share with you guys and have her to share a little bit more about her personal story on more of a personal level. So let me know what your guys' thoughts in the comments, and yeah.
So you were reunited with your first grade teacher. Yes, here, Barbara Henry, back in 1996. Ruby hasn't seen her in 35 years. Was that hard for you, Barbara?
Well, it was so wonderful to have a little student like Ruby that it really made it a pleasure. It was a sad time indeed, and it was an anxious time.
Was it a surprise to you when nobody came to class?
I assumed I would be teaching a class, and so we had a grand time together, I think, side by side, just the two of us spent the year together.
So now, being an adult woman with perspective, don't you find that just remarkable that she was able to do that?
I do. I really do. She didn't have any friends. I mean, she was coming from Boston into the South. She was ostracized, and she actually taught me the lesson that I say Dr. King taught all of us. And even though she was white and she looked exactly like the people outside the school, she showed me her heart. You know, she made school fun. I never missed a day, and it was because of her.
That is it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and especially share this podcast video for today so I can share awareness and so on and so forth. And I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.